Alright, Shalom, first and foremost, trying to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim, Yahushua Bashim Kakadash, and to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who are well and teach with sound doctrine, and peace and blessings to your elect. Now, as you can see, this is actually a picture that I seen posted by a friend in the world. I honestly didn't really know about this guy until I seen a post. But it kind of inspired me to do a lesson, and I said, let me do a lesson on this guy, and I couldn't find the picture, and then literally just before I seen the picture come up again, I said, here it is. So, let me read it. Lil Loaded, who is a rapper, he's obviously a rapper, reportedly took his own life after finding out his girlfriend cheated on him. And this is this is a friend going, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, which is why I think it's saying it happened 2 years ago. But anyway, the scripture that I really wanted to open on is Proverbs 31:3. Actually, no. Let me see. I should have something else up. Alright. Yeah, Proverbs 30:20. Such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth, and said, I have done no wickedness. And this is exactly what, the girlfriend must have said when she heard the news. She might have gone on a thing like, well, he did this, or, well, I didn't really tell him to kill himself, or, just coming up with a bag of excuses instead of acknowledging her wickedness, which is a common theme, when it comes to these women. They don't like to take accountability. I remember I was talking to this chick, I'm like, wrong on both sides, because I was, first it was the men's part, and then when I got onto the women, she was like, she wasn't trying to hear that. And see if I've done no wickedness. So in other words, trying to portray yourself as quote unquote innocent when you masterminded what happened. Well, in this case, the man's death. Because this man, this guy, would have maybe whatever invested some stuff into this relationship, and then, when he found out that she cheated, it probably broke him. But jumping over to Proverbs 31:3, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to which give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. And I actually went to look up on the NLT to see if it could give any further edification on this point, but it was pretty much the same, so I won't even bother going onto it. But you giving your strength, or you running out to your wits for these women. Listen, and especially the modern day ones that we have in the western part of the world, you're not doing yourself any favors. Do you see this? You see in this precept here, it says, "Give not thy strength unto women." And when you give when it says, when you're giving your strength unto a woman, I believe you could even stretch it out as you're investing everything, because certain guys invest in everything, into this woman, and then you allow yourself to be manipulated and whatnot. But this precept says, don't be giving your strength unto women. Because like we're seeing with this with that little post, he's back in the spirit realm. That reminds me of something Wisdom of Solomon, I believe it's the 10th chapter. But really, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. I'm not going to speak ill of the dead, but that's what the scripture says. That's why even even brothers in the truth, when we have these women, You know, they be wanting themselves at the forefront, and they be like, well, you're not gonna do this for me, for example, something that we shouldn't do. But Charlie can do this for me. I said, no, I'm not supposed to do this, and I'm not gonna do this. You have to be able, you gotta stand your ground in that sense, because you're supposed to be the head. But a lot of times you have guys that have their head up their behinds. Uh, oh, come on. I wanted something. It was my Solomon, I believe I said. Come on. Slack it. Just bear with me. Yeah, is in the 10th chapter. Oh yeah, here it is. The first chapter. Slack it. The first chapter. And this is not, this precept is not just being applied to this particular lesson that I'm doing. This can be generalized to a whole lot of things, because you have a lot of people that go through suicide because they're catching hell, but that's not the way that you should go. Especially Jake. You have a lot of Jakes that be going through all kind of stuff, and they be ready to end it. Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 12. I'll just get straight to the point. Seek not death in the era of your life. And this word error is another word for a mistake. And pull not yourself destruction with the works of your hands. So destruction with your hands would go into what? Inflicting a harm onto yourself. Like, you have people that slit their wrists. You have people hang themselves. You can even poison yourself. You can do a whole list of different things, because you have those demons that jump on you, and they'll be like, they'll be jumping on you, and they'll be like, this, they make you feel like it's never gonna pass. But even for everybody, not just for even us in the truth, you're gonna go through hardships, and you have to endure it like a soldier. Because those afflictions that you go through, they can, the Lord uses them to help build you. First Ezra 4 and 26.
Remitly offers so many easy ways for loved ones to receive money around the world. Download the Remitly app today.
I turn off my data. I'm not using it right now. First Ezra 4 and 26. Yea, there be many that run out of their wits for women. And I'm not just even, I was originally just gonna do this lesson, just do this video targeted at the picture, but it's something that's so general that, listen, I can't even stop myself from going into a whole bunch of different things, because I don't know enough about whatever happened, apart from what I seen in the post. Because like I said, I don't really know this Lil Loaded guy. I may have listened to his music, but I don't really recall listening to his music. I may have, and I just not realize. But I don't think, as far as his maybe social media or his life, when I don't really know what this is. I don't really know anything about this guy. For Ezra 4 and 26, yea, there be many that run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes. So what's that another way of saying? You became a simp. because you have these women as they especially on social media. So you have they call themselves Instagram models, but a lot of the time they just Instagram whores, or they are attention whores, because what happens when Instagram goes down, or when this social media goes down? They're the first one. They'll go on a different social media platform that's working, and they'll say, "Is it just me, or is it just my thing that's not working?" Not saying that guys don't do this too, but it's a whole lot more women that do it than guys, because they need they feel like they need that gratification from posting things. So when they post it, they get a like, they get a whole bunch of simps in the comment section, and a lot of time, they may not even reply to it. So you may have guys who will be in her who will be undelivered in her DMs or in their comment section. She has no intention of replying or anything to that. She just needs it for validation. That's why when this whole social media goes down, a lot of these Instagram models, a lot of these women, they're gonna lose it, because this in public you have simps, but online, whoa, a lot of these guys are crazy. They be they be thirsty themselves, because they see this woman on social media, and you can do all kinds of things on social media. You can edit a post, you can make things look bigger than they are. You can, with this technology, you can do a whole bunch of things, but in real life, you don't have that that same well, I can't even remember the word, but you don't have that same thing, because a lot of women, they're different on social media than they are in real life. So when they don't get all this attention that they would get off social media because it goes down, they're gonna lose it. What else do you see? You see, you may see guys just, you may see women doing something wrong, and a guy will be like, "Oh, we gotta be this and that with a woman, doing everything they can to shield her." But listen, if something is wrong, you got, it don't matter. You gotta call it out. And it's not targeted to the sisters in the truth, but this is just the topic of the lesson, so I just have to go into it. I'm become servants for their sakes, and many also have perished, and that word perish goes into deceased. Just like we have for example, this guy after post, he's deceased. Have heard and have sinned for women. When you look at Troy, do you see that movie Troy with Achilles? If I'm not mistaken, I believe Achilles dwelling in Sparta. Achilles was trained by the Spartans. I'm 100% sure he was trained by the Spartans, but I can't remember which part of ancient Greece he came out of. It could very well be Sparta, but I can't recall off the top of my head. And you had the whole situation between Troy, between the Greece, the city in Greece, and Troy. But Sparta and Troy. And it was all done because the woman who was the wife to one of the kings, she committed adultery with one of the other king's sons. So what happens when something like that happens? It's an automatic declare for war. So when she did that, the other king was, obviously angry. then it started a whole, you brothers will know the movie, and then it started a whole brutal war. And then you had Achilles and his troops, because he was like a wild cannon. He didn't really like following orders and whatnot, but this lesson here really about Achilles, but I'm just using it as an example. You had such a colossal problem caused by a woman committing adultery. And that's why in the scriptures you hear that give me any plague of the heart, because when you have a brother who has like the plague of the heart, due to him, being hurt by a woman, that's a solid pain. But let me get to it's in Ecclesiasticus. And I won't even make this lesson too long. I'm gonna get a few more precepts and then close out. Give me Ecclesiasticus 25 and 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. And that plague, and we know that the word for heart in Hebrew is la'ab, which goes into your mind. Because when where's I got? How did I lose my trail of thought in that second? Oh, as the scripture says, all wickedness is small compared to the wickedness of a woman, roughly paraphrasing. And that's something you have to remember. So when it says any plague, when it says the plague of the heart, that's the worst plague that you can have, because it's a plague of the mind. And get two last precepts and then close out. Hope this video was edifying. I just seen a topic and I just had to run through it. I know my video might be probably late, but hey, it's a spirit. If we see something, lesson, we see something we can make a lesson of, we just jump on it. Taking this. Like it says in Ecclesiasticus 25 and 16. Well, I was already on the chapter that one. Ecclesiasticus 25 and 16. I had rather dwell with a lion and a dragon to keep house with a wicked woman. And let me just tell you something. A lion is no pushover. A lion's claws could cause some serious damage when they slash you. And a dragon is self-explanatory. This is emphasizing how much he would the person would not want to keep house with a wicked woman. I believe it was Ben Sira that wrote Sirach. My brother can correct me if I'm wrong. So he would, he's making it plain. And this would be something that would be agreed upon. He rather dwell. This is how much he would not want to keep house with a wicked woman, because you will have no. First and foremost, you have no peace. And among different kind of things, you will have no peace. Last two precepts of the woman came the beginning of sin, because the serpent coerced Eve, who then Adam listened to her, and then he went off too, and through her we all die, because the wages of sin is death. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to grab abroad, because it's you're not